Hi, I'm Chloe. Welcome. I've got another DIY Christmas project for you tonight. We're going to start with that, and then I'm going to give you a sneak peek of my holiday home tour, which really means a home tour. Tomorrow I'll be posting photos and a nice holiday home tour post on my blog over at celebrateanddecorate.com. Welcome. Okay. This is really like a two-part project because you will see that it's a little large for me to do, and I don't want to climb up and down on a stepladder while I'm on camera here. So I'm going to start with these two wreaths. These happen to be 24-inch wreaths, but we are very plain and simple. I got all of these things at Michael's, and I'm going to show you this project later on a 30-inch wreath, but I thought it'd be easier to show you here. So I have fluffed these up, and these just have simple wire backs on them. See the wire? Very basic wreaths. They have no trim on them whatsoever. And I'm going to put them together like this, and I'm going to take these chenille stems, pipe cleaners, and I'm going to thread it through the wire so that it holds, don't get the greens, just the wires, and twist these really tight because I want these to stay together. And then I'm just going to use these wire cutters to clip this off, okay? So and we'll just hide that, okay? So we're gonna do that in, on this size wreath, you can do this just in maybe 3 places. On the bigger wreath, you're going to want to do it in 4 places, and you'll see what I mean, okay? So, do we have anybody? Brian's behind the camera today. Do we have anybody online yet visiting us? No?
Yes, we have about 6 at the moment.
Well, hello, welcome. Let me know where you're from, what you're up to, whether your Christmas decorations are done. I appreciate you tuning in tonight. Okay, so see, it's starting to stay together. We're going to go one more time and just go through those wires. Here, I'll show you a little bit better. See how you're going to go push it behind those wires.
Julie's here from Maryland.
Hi, Julie. Welcome.
MD is Maryland, right?
Yes. Is it snowing up there? I understand it's snowing up in Cleveland. That's where my husband is tonight. It's cool for Florida tonight, but we have no complaints. Okay, so now we have a 2-sided wreath. See what I've done there? And I pre-cut these. It's a little bit over a yard. When you see what we're going to do with this, you're going to have to measure exactly because this all depends upon how high you're going to want yours to hang. Now again, on the bigger wreath, I used 4 of these. On this one, I'm just going to use 3. And I just ran it right around, and then I'm going to tie it in a knot, okay?
And we have Vicky from Missouri.
Hi, Vicky.
And then we have a visitor, and not even going to try that name, from Greece.
Welcome.
And
welcome, everybody. Do you have your Christmas decorations all up yet?
And then we have Kathy from Florida.
Hi, Kathy. Welcome. Okay, so get the idea what we're doing here? Okay, and I'm going to put a 3rd one just right around and up here and then knot it, okay? That's all we're going to do. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and loop them all onto a ribbon like this. And I want these all to be up here. And you'll see I would put a bow here to hide that. See how pretty that is? Wouldn't this be pretty with battery-operated candles just hanging just like that? Okay, so now you have an idea of what it is we're going to do. We're going to move over to the large one that I've already taken it this far, okay? So I'm going to grab my supplies here, and let me see, you know, and one more thing we have to do here. I have some special Christmas ornaments, and they came, they aren't my shiny brights or anything, which I do have a few of. But these are some pretty ornaments that I want to display not on my tree. And they came on ribbons like this, but I want ribbons all matching. So I'm going to cut those off, and I'm going to thread some green ribbon onto these, okay? There we go. So yeah, are all your Christmas decorations up? That's what I want to know. Are there Christmas decorations up, Brian?
Nobody's admitting to anything.
Nobody's admitting to anything. Did you tune in to see what I did? See if I have some good ideas? Okay, same thing. I'm just going to take and thread this through. So no hooks, just this green ribbon, okay? And just tie it in a good knot. And I want to trim off any extra. I don't want that sticking out. Okay, now I'm going to gather up my supplies.
Julie
here.
from Maryland says it's cold, but no snow yet. And she does not have her Christmas decor up.
Well, I hope you tuned in for some inspiration here. Alrighty, we're gonna head into, Brian's gonna run into a wall. We're gonna head in here and Brian has to duck. Can you see what I did? I'm gonna set these down right here. So you see how I did the same sort of thing that I did in there. Now underneath here, this is not particularly pretty. So I'm gonna pull some of these out. See where the ribbon is? I'm gonna pull a little bit of that out. And I'm also going to take some little bows and put them, I've tied these little bows. I'll tie another bow in a minute. And if you need to know how to tie bows, I have a bow tying video that you can go and watch. If you have questions, you can feel free to message me. Brian, can you show them how cute that looks from underneath now? Isn't that pretty? That makes it way bigger than just this. So I'm gonna add a bow to each one of these. And these are just little bows. And I did the same thing with this wreath that I did with the other. I wired 2 wreaths back to one another. Only difference was on this one, I used 4 ribbons to go up. And mine is not going to stay here in this entry, although if I didn't have anything lower, it would work for me because I'm short. But we don't have a chandelier over our table yet. You can see we've still been trying to decide exactly how far from the wall we want the table to go. So my husband will put a hook up in the ceiling for me to hang this from over our table. Okay, but not right away. I'm flying to the Pacific Northwest. Don't know if anybody's from up in that way. Tomorrow to see my granddaughters and my daughter. And we might do a Facebook Live up there on some baking with a 3-year-old. How does that sound? Okay, I'm going to tie one more of these little bows with my little twist pattern. Each time you take that ribbon back, you twist, twist. This is a real traditional look with the plaid. Okay, and I want really short tails on these just to look kind of cute on the underside, because that's what our guests are going to see is the underside of these. Okay, and this is going to be our last bow. And I wasn't sure if I was going to add these, and I'm really glad I did. This makes it really pretty from underneath, okay? So just wire those on and tuck those little green wires up in the greenery. There we go. And now I should have pulled something out here. Here, I'll pull a chair out for myself. Now we're going to hang those ornaments. Okay? And I want to make sure that these don't fall, because these are good ornaments, expensive ornaments. So I'm going to take the wired greenery. I don't think you can see, Brian, it's all green up in there, and wrap it around. Isn't that pretty? So I think you're starting to get an idea of what I'm doing here. So if you have a small home without a lot, or you just don't want to bother with a giant tree, this is a great idea because it needs no floor space. And you can hang things at any length, and you can hang your big wreath at any length. If you want yours shorter, you can hang it shorter. If you want it higher, you can hang it higher. Okay, I'm going to go up in here. Some of my ribbons, I think I left plenty, like maybe too long. So I'm going to shorten this. Well, I'm not doing too good here on my knots. Alrighty. Even these ornaments all came from Michael's. If you're not taking advantage of the sales right now, oh, head over there, okay? So I'm just going to continue hanging. I have an assortment of these ornaments. I think this one is my favorite. This is a little woody station wagon with a little tree on the top. Isn't that cute? Okay, and I'm going to put that one back here. But you see how this is a great way to display some special ornaments without putting them on your tree if you're worried about little ones breaking them maybe, or like I said, if you just don't want to do a whole big tree. And you could hang as many ornaments as you wanted from this. Okay, I have a little train here. And it's really easy to put this together. And these wreaths are a bargain. The smaller wreaths were originally $7.99, and I got them at 40% off with another 25% off coupon. So I think I'm going to try and get some more. So there's all my fancy ornaments.
Shelly says it's a good idea if you have a dog.
It is a good idea if you have a dog or a cat. I think cats, you got to hang it high enough that you can keep the cats away from it. Shelly, does your dog go after the ornaments? Baby. And now I'm just going to add some of these inexpensive, actually, these are those shatterproof ornaments that I'm just crazy about this year. And I did something really crazy because I put them all down in here, and they are all, look, it's a fancy Christmas thing right there. So, I'm going to go under here. So it's kind of like a tree. Everybody has their own idea of how many ornaments. You could add additional ribbon, and you can put lights. I was going to put lights on this, but I am totally out of those little battery-operated lights. But most of them come with timers, so they come on automatically and go off automatically.
Lisa says this is an awesome idea because her toddler is redecorating everything.
Well, Lisa, head out to Michael's, grab those wreaths on sale. These bigger ones, I think, were originally $27.99, and then of course with the sale. And see what I mean? You could also make one of these themed. You know, you could do like my daughter has been getting the same Hallmark ornaments from my mom since she was born, and you know she can hang those all the way around. Well, and this is what happens when you're live, is you don't know. Look, this would be really cool hanging in the middle too, wouldn't it? See, that's improvisation there, okay? I think you guys get the idea. I hope that this is something that you can use, really simple. Just make sure that your hook is can hold the weight of your wreaths, because these kind of get heavy when you go with this larger size. Okay? Alrighty, now time for the home tour. Let me put this down in here. This is my table that I had a lovely Christmas tablescape set up on. You can go on the blog and see that. It was on last week. Tomorrow, all this week, I've been hosting a holiday home tour blog hop. So there's over 20 homes, and you can go to the links at the bottom of my page, and you can see them on Monday. I shared them too. And my theme was kind of red and black and chalkboard. So I decorated my chalkboards up here to match. I just put magnets on the back of those chalkboard ornaments. Thank you, Brian, for showing them that. Yes. And those little boxwood wreaths came from Target. Those are Smith & Hawken boxwood wreaths. I've been wanting to collect them, and I splurged for 2 this year. They seem to have them year round, okay? Don't mind the step ladder and this light. It's just because we need light, okay? Over here, look, our friends, Minnie and Mickey and Goofy and Donald are ready for their Christmas dinner. And this poor sad little tree. I am going to next Friday, a week from tomorrow on the 16th at 7 p.m. I will be on Home Talk and showing you all kinds of Disney Christmas ideas. I had a lot of requests for those. So put that on your calendar, and I'll be promoting it here on my Facebook page, but on the 16th at 7 p.m. on Home Talk, not here on Celebrate and Decorate. Okay? All right. Let's see Brian get around this, because he's a little taller than I am. There we go. Right here, we had bought this big mirror. I made this wreath up here with this kind of jeweled reindeer head. And this snowy centerpiece, which I love this tree. It comes on again automatically. I got this at Michael's. It comes on automatically every night. And I did a video on how to make this centerpiece. Same thing with these. These are those battery operated lights, and they come on every night. I don't have to remember to turn them on or turn them off. My bedroom's over there, so I can watch the tree until I go to bed. We live here, I live in Celebration, Florida. So I'm just a few miles from Disney. You know what this reminds us of? The castle, because the castle changes colors at night too. Alrighty, now come on over here to my mantle. If you follow my blog, or if not, you can go back and look. This fireplace was this really dark wood, very heavy, kind of Mediterranean. And we did the ship with my husband. With my direction, did the shiplap on it after we moved in, and we painted all white. But it still is a massive fireplace. Someday something different will happen, like when this TV that came with the house dies. So this needed something substantial. I bought these 4 garlands. I added poinsettias, gold bows, and Christmas ornaments, and some gold gold acorns, and a couple of red birds. And then to balance it, I did this big vase of poinsettias over here. And on the other end, I have my little nativity scene with a couple of candles. Over here on my coffee table, I see everybody is doing this. I did this several years ago. I was so excited. I thought it was like the first one to do it. Probably wasn't. But you see these all over Pinterest, but it's just artificial snow. I just ordered a big bag from Amazon and these little scenes, and I know if my granddaughters were here, they would be standing, well, one of them would be touching, and the other one would be saying, just point, just point. I wonder, are my granddaughters on there? Is my daughter on there?
No, Grandma Zydek was here.
Okay, I was gonna say,
not the
they can't understand why Cece is on TV and doesn't say hi to them, so if they were, or if they watch this, hi Mia and Zoe. Okay, let's move on in. Oh, we have one more little tiny nativity set over here. It looks like it's a toy. It is not. That came from that dollar spot at Target. Is it? You know, it was really $3 for 2 different parts of that. But isn't that cute? Here in the foyer, again, these lanterns and the candles came from Pottery Barn. And I simply, and same thing, they come on automatically every night. I simply trim these with big red velvet bows. And here is our living room. We've never had a home with ceilings so large. I think you can probably hear a little bit of the echo. We're gonna be adding some curtains and some more fabric, but we had to buy a new tree because our trees were all short before. And for me, I think our tree is a little naked this year, but it's very pretty. We did all kind of blues and kind of seashells and starfish and pearls. Little
seahorse.
Seahorse, thank you. Anchors, okay. This is just a fir throw from IKEA. This is something very special that I put out every year. This is a bank. The bottom is long since the rubber has dried up. But my mother-in-law, who has since passed, bought this for me when my husband and I were dating in high school. You know, it was one of those generic, I gotta buy something for this girl. So I've had this longer than I've had my husband. So, well, as a husband. So this is very special. I find some more special every year to put out my little boot bag from my mother-in-law. Okay, over here, this was a project I did last year to give a kind of a nautical look to these trees. I didn't put up a big Christmas tree last year. These used to be brown jeweled trees. And again, if you search for this on, I think it's how to update Christmas decor with rope. You can find that on the blog if you want to see what I did with these four trees. And over here in the dining room, this is a white tree that I received from Treetopia this year for their mystery white tree mystery. And you can find all about this on the blog also. I trimmed it with garlands of silk flowers. I've used those garlands for other things, and gold ribbon. And I'm so excited to have this white tree because there's so many different ways to decorate it. One of the people who saw it on the blog said that she has a white tree and she puts nothing but red cardinals on it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's it, that's beautiful. And then here on the chandelier, I added, to coordinate with the tree, I added some white garland and put a few of the flowers in it. And on the table, can they see that? Do I need to turn this light up?
Turn the light up a little.
There we go. These are trees. I have not shown the DIY yet, but these are, I did this on video that I showed how to take those styrofoam trees and make these kind of woodland trees. Somebody said, oh, they'd be perfect for a fairy party. And then over in the corner, there's another white throw. You know, it's nice to add white throws, pillows, red throws. Alrighty, there's not too much left. My kitchen, we haven't done anything to really since we moved in the house, but clean it. Over here is a Santa I've had for a lot of years, and this is another one of the DIY projects I did with a styrofoam wreath. I just glued those little ornaments on and tucked little pieces of tinsel in between. My Christmas dishes are out, ready to serve.
Kathy's here. She says it looks awesome, and Itamar's here. She says it's beautiful.
Thank you. Then up here, I bought these reindeer at the Home Depot, and I've had those trees for quite a while, but I didn't find them until this year. Since we moved into this house. And I'm really proud of my sign, even though it's far from perfect. I wanted it to look rustic, and it's a good thing because it does. But I was very excited, and it's kind of hard to see the green, but it says fresh cut Christmas trees. And I'm going to work on my sign skills, and then maybe I can show you guys more signs. I'm going to turn that one over and make, I think, a low country seafood sign. And then my little Santa on top of my snack basket here. And he just gets a little votive candle in there. And people are welcome to have snacks when they're here, when I have guests. And that kind of winds up the whole tour. That's about it. Do we have any questions or anything? People want to see anything else? I don't have anything else to show them. That's enough decorations, don't you think? Tomorrow I'll be posting on the blog, Holiday Home Tour. On Tuesday, I'll be showing my front porch on the blog. And once again, on the 16th at 7 p.m., I'll be over on Home Talk's Facebook page, live with my Disney Christmas. So thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them right there, and I will read them and get back to you, okay? Thanks so much. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody, and I hope to see you a week from tomorrow on Home Talk. Good night.